Hello, I am Sudeep Bonti. I'm talking about postal analysis of tourism destination of Mount Everest of Nepal. In this video presentation, I am talking about political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal analysis of Mount Everest of Nepal. Similarly, Introduction about Mount Everest of Nepal. The tallest peak on the earth is Mount Everest, which rises to a height of 8,848 meters. It is situated in the Himalayas and crosses the boundary between China-Tibet Autonomous Region of Nepal. Everest, also called Sagarmatha in Nepali and Chololungma in Tibetan, has long enthralled climbers and explorers. Tenzing Norgay of Nepal and Sir Edmund Hillary of New Zealand made the first successful ascent of the peak in 1953. Despite this, Everest is a top and iconic destination for mountaineers worldwide because of its actually contributing significantly to the economy of Nepal. And similarly, I'm talking about current market situation. Mount Everest tourism industry has been growing rapidly with increased interest in trekking, mountaineering, and cultural experiences in surrounding area. Challenges: overcrowding, environmental degradation, safety concerns. The COVID-19 pandemic distributed tourism to Mount Everest, but recovery with a focus on sustainable tourism and eco-friendly practices. Economic contribution: tourism related to Everest contribute significantly to Nepal GDP coming from mountains permit and trekking services. In the same way, I am talking about postal analysis of Mount Everest. I already talk about just like P means political, E means economic and social, technological, legal, and environmental factors of the Mount Everest. Uh, which one of them factor is political factor? Nepal politically stability has been improving in recent years which support the tourism industry. Government policies on tourism regulation including permit for mountain trekking and conservation of natural resources. Nepal has introduced stricter regulation on climbing permit to manage overcrowding and preserve the environment. Economic factor. Just like economic factor is tourism particularly related to Mount Everest play a central role in Nepal's economic, particularly to the Sherpa community. Political instability or natural disaster earthquake can impact tourism and local economy. In the same way, I'm talking about social and technological factor. Rising internet in adventure tourism, more tourists, especially from younger generation, are interested in trekking, mountaineering, and experiencing extreme environment like Everest. Cultural significance: Mount Everest holds immense cultural value for the Sherpa people, and tourism must be balanced respect for their heritage with economic growth. GPS and satellite communication: advanced technology help trekkers and mountaineers stay connected and safe during their expedition. Sustainable technology means it's in a long way, not in a small way. The introduction of solar energy and other sustainable practices to reduce the environment footprint of trekking and mountaineering. Smart gear to safety. Technological advancement in climbing gear and weather prediction system enhance safety for own events. And the same way, legal and environmental factors. Legal factor: mountain permits: Nepal government issue climbing permit for Everest, generating significant revenue. However, there are concerns about the impact of mass tourism and safety climbers. In the same way, just like environmental law, Nepal has introduced law to protect Everest and surrounding areas, including waste management regulation. Regulation of tour companies: the government regulates trekking agencies and mountaineering expeditions to ensure safety and responsible tourism. Environmental factor: climate change, increasing temperature are melting glaciers and changing weather patterns, which may affect mountaineering conditions. Overcrowding, peak season overcrowding at Everest Base Camp and summit they may result in overcrowded situation, littering, and cremation. SMOI conservation factors. The Nepal government, along with the organization like the Sagarmatha Pollution Control Committee, that is SPCC, has implemented waste management system, including requiring climbers to carry out their waste. High traffic on Everest, it's like train in Mount Everest. It's ecotourism and sustainable practice. There is a growing interest in eco-friendly and responsible tourism. Tourists are increasingly looking for environmental conscious travel options. Example, local initiatives such as waste management campaign and environmental friendly trekking companies have become more popular. Adventure and experimental tourism. Mount Everest has become a symbol of extreme adventure and is increasingly popular among adventure tourists seeking authentic once in a lifetime experience. Cultural and spiritual tourism. Health and wellness tourism are also a main factor. In the graph, you can see uh, estimated number of successful Everest ascents per year from 1953 to 2023. Future environmental impact and issue. Over-tourism and overcrowding. As more people trekkers come to Everest, overcrowding during peak season, particularly at Everest Base Camp, may increase, leading to safety concern and environmental degradation. Strategy: implementing a system to the limit number of trekkers and climbers during peak seasons, providing seasonable tourism. Climate change. Wa- Warming temperatures are causing glacier melt and altering weather pattern which may impact climbing conditions and its natural environment. Strategy: promoting climate resilient tourism practices and encouraging eco-friendly accommodation and trekking waste management. Everest's waste problem remains significant with tons of trash left behind by trekkers and mountaineers. Strategy: strengthen waste management, including requiring carry out of waste and providing incentive to for eco-friendly trekking agencies. Strategic recommendation for 2030 sustainability. Develop partnership with eco-conscious organizations and NGOs to create sustainable trekking experience that preserve Everest environment. Encourage the use of solar power campus water purification system and low carbon transport for tourists. Visitor management. Implement strict visitor quotas to reduce overcrowding, focusing on limit the number of climbers during peak season, develop off-peak trekking routes to encourage year-round tourism without overburdening the main cultural preservation. Ensure that tourism benefit local communities while respecting Sherpa culture and tradition. Work with local communicate to develop sustainable livelihoods through tourism that respect cultural heritage and traditions. Conclusion. In conclusion, Mount Everest remains a world-renowned tourism destination offering significant opportunities for Nepal's economy. However, the however, the environmental degradation and employment threaten its future. To ensure long-term sustainability, it is crucial to implement strategies focusing on eco-friendly practices, responsible tourism, and cultural preservation. By managing visitors' numbers, enhancing waste management, and embracing sustainable tourism practices, Everest can continue to thrive a premier destination. The 2030 strategy must provide a balanced tourism growth with environmental protection and local community welfare to preserve the legacy of Mount Everest for future generations. And these are the reference. when I got during my presentation. Thank you.